everyone, and welcome to Woodsboro Bank Arena here on the campus of Hood College in Frederick, Maryland, where tonight it's win or go home in the 94-50 league playoffs. The fifth-seeded Frederick Flying Cows are playing host to the fourth seed, the Virginia Valley Vipers, in a first-round matchup. I'm Jeff Goyne alongside Tim Abercrombie. And Tim, after a long regular season, everything comes down to the 48 minutes tonight.
Most definitely, Jeff, and these teams know each other pretty well by now. They split the season series. Both games were competitive, and neither side is going to surprise the other. The difference tonight is the stakes. Every possession means a little more when there's no tomorrow.
And despite being the lower seed, Frederick actually comes into tonight having won the most recent meeting between the two teams, a 109-103 victory here at Woodsboro Bank Arena on May 8th.
And Frederick got contributions from a lot of places in that game. That's really been the formula for them all season. They had different guys step up on different nights, and that's important in a playoff setting because opponents can focus on taking away one player, but it's hard when you have multiple scoring threats.
Well, these two teams are pretty evenly matched. The Flying Cows finished the regular season at 11-13, while Virginia Valley was a game ahead at 12-12, so just separated by one game, Tim.
And the numbers support that. There isn't much separation between these two teams. Virginia Valley has been one of the league's better offensive clubs lately, while Frederick has shown the ability to score with anybody when they're moving the ball and getting out in transition, Jeff.
And for Frederick, a lot of the attention will start with Quentin Scott, who finished the regular season at over 22 points per game.
Yeah, he's been outstanding, 22 points a game, nearly 6 rebounds, and he's one of those players who can take over stretches of a game. But what I like about Frederick right now is that if it isn't Quentin Scott, you got Shadell Millinghouse. He averages 21 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists, which is remarkable production from his point guard spot. And then you got Ron Scott at 14 points a game, Damian Daniels over 10, Alani Moore and Zion Smith, who are averaging double figures. So with their shooting, the Frederick just got a lot of guys that can score, both starters and off the bench.
Meanwhile, on the other side, the Vipers bring a couple of dangerous scorers of their own, Tim.
They do. R.J. Blackney leads them at just over 19 points per game. Mike Brown, the veteran point guard, behind him at 18 points per game. And he's the league leader in assists at 6. And then Dorian Benford, Darian Peterson, and Raymond Wright provide size and rebounding. What stands out to me is that Brown and Blackney can both create their own offense. If Frederick lets these two guys get comfortable early, it could be a long night.
Virginia Valley closed out the regular season with an 85-84 loss to Baltimore, while Frederick dropped 3 in a row, including its finale to Capital. So both teams come in looking for that playoff reset.
That's one of the great things about playoff basketball, Jeff. Whatever happened in March, April, or May really doesn't matter now. One good night and you're moving on, and in this new format with the league, it's one and done. So big game here this evening.
Fourth-seeded Virginia Valley Vipers, the fifth-seeded Frederick Flying Cows. A spot in the semifinals on the line tonight at Woodsboro Bank Arena. We'll step aside for the pregame intro, anthem, and starters and be back.
All of our interns, all of our volunteers, our stream crew, Tim, Noah, Jeff, and everyone, our scores table, Brian, Brad, Barry, Greg, Mike, and Mike, Conrad, and then a huge thank you to the Cowbells as well. But thank you guys for coming out. We're looking forward to finishing this season strong and see you next year.
Before we tip things off, we'd like to take a moment to recognize someone whose dedication, generosity, and service have made a lasting impact on the Frederick community. Through the Flying Cows Community MVP program, sponsored by Woodsboro Bank, we celebrate individuals who go above and beyond to serve and inspire others. Tonight, we are proud to recognize an active member of the Rotary Club of Carroll Creek and a passionate Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to center court, Mr. Doug Fouth. Whether he's helping to beautify Carroll Creek, delivering essential items to students, providing transportation for community events, or supporting programs like the Ship Lip Sync Battle and the New Horizons Summer Academy, Doug is always willing to lend a hand. Beyond his volunteer work, Doug has also used his artistic talents to help tell the story of our community, creating meaningful pieces throughout Frederick that inspire and comfort local students and families. Doug is someone who works quietly but makes a tremendous impact. His selflessness, creativity, and commitment to serving others have helped make Frederick a stronger community. Doug, on behalf of the Frederick Flying Cows and everyone here tonight, thank you for all that you do. Flying Cows fans, let's make some noise for our community MVP, Doug Fouth. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Here to perform his rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner, please welcome Jason Spiegelman.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you for standing up for America. Let's hear it one more time for Jason Spiegelman. And now, fans, at this time, we'd like to introduce our three officials for tonight's game. Tonight, we are joined by Mo Virginia, Montreal Hayden, and Walker Abramovich. Gentlemen, we welcome you to the Woodsboro Bank Arena, and we thank you for your support of the 9450 and our Frederick, Maryland community. A round of applause for our three officials for tonight's game. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to see for our visitors. The Virginia Valley Vipers from Purcellville, Virginia, proudly supported and presented by Yellow Springs Dental. A 6'10" forward, number 1, Dorian Bedford Jr. A 6'8" forward, number 2, Raymond Wright. A 6'3" guard, number 5, Caleb Torrance. A 6'5" guard, number 9, R.J. Blackley. And a 5'10" guard, number 10, Mike Brown. The head coach of the Virginia Valley Vipers is Derek Lewis. Ladies and gentlemen, since our opening night back on March 8th, this team next to me has worked tirelessly to earn this opportunity tonight. every practice, every road trip, every victory, and every challenge has led to this moment. The regular season is now behind us. And now, it's time for playoff basketball. The intensity is higher. The stakes are greater. And every single possession matters. But playoff basketball isn't just about what happens on the court. It's about the atmosphere that you bring to this building. It's about a community coming together to support its team. It's about making this arena a place no opponent wants to play. Before we get started, let's give us a go back to one more time to Yellow Springs Dental for presenting tonight's playoff matchup. Cows Nation, tonight we need your energy from the opening tip to the final buzzer. So get loud when we're on defense. Celebrate every single bucket we make. Make this a night our players, our fans, and the entire 94-50 league will remember forever. The road to the championship starts right here, right now, in Frederick, Maryland. Get on your feet, make some noise, and help us defend the line as your flying cows begin their playoff journey. Thank you for being here and your support all season long. And now, the starting lineup for Yellow, Frederick, Flying Cow. Leading us off is our junior player of the game. Give it up for Esrin Abdul-Rahim. And now, introducing a 6-foot guard from Baltimore, Maryland, number 3, Ryan Scott. A pocket guard from Kansas City, Missouri, number 5, David Cameron. A 6'7" forward from Puma, Louisiana, number 7, Quentin Scott. A 6'7" forward from Frederick, Maryland, number 8, Zach Thomas. And a 6'2" guard from Brooklyn, New York, number 11, Chanel Baldy Milliehouse. The head coach of the County, Dan Priest. The assistant coaches are Harry Gray, Sam Nunez, and Billy Beard. All right, Black House Nation, this is it. This is the moment you have been waiting for. This is the game you have been waiting for. Playoff basketball is now in the farm. We are Frederick. They are Virginia Valley. But you know what? This is our house. So I know some Black House fans here tonight to get up on your feet right now, and let's do what we do. It's time to wake up the neighbors. It's time to stop all that traffic out in Route 15. It's time to raise this indoor roof Cows Nation, and together, with one voice, we get on our feet, we rise, and we make some noise!
Well, the stage is set. We're ready here for tip-off. First round today, one of 2 games. And then the winners of tonight's games in this 16 playoff advance to the semifinals over the weekend at Capitol. We're underway. The Vipers get the tip. Mike Brown against Damian Daniels. Blakeney. Into the paint, crashing to the floor. Ramad Wright gets the rebound. I believe it was Benford with the first shot.
And Jeff, already when we look at significant changes for this Cal starting lineup, typically Ron Scott and Damian Daniels had been coming off the bench in previous games, and now they elected to go to a very small lineup here.
Damian Benford spins, can't get it to fall. Zach Thomas, so he'll bring it up himself.
I guess maybe the key for Coach Preet is to kind of cause some matchup problems with
Millinghouse, the mid-range game. He gets Frederick on the board first.
bringing some of Virginia's bigger players away from the basket, forcing them to defend.
Blakeney screen and a roll with Wright. Millinghouse steals it. Scott, 2. Timeout called by Virginia Valley there, coached by Derek Lewis. He told us pregame it's his 6th game as head coach. Ed Corporal retired about 3/4 of the way through this season, so he's guided them down the home stretch and into the playoffs. We have our first timeout on the floor.
Well, Coach Derek Lewis, he spent a whole year last year with Coach Ed Corporal with the Cows, and now he went with Ed to Virginia, and he's been with him. And he's a veteran coach. He's got a lot of experience at the high school level, having coached at Pilati, and he himself was a good player in his own right playing at Maryland. But he didn't like what he saw early there with the quick timeout.
Yeah, they came up empty on a couple of possessions there. They had a second try on their first possession, so 0 for 3 pretty quick with a turnover.
I think, the keys to this game, Jeff, are going to be, the Cows start with this smaller lineup, so are they going to be able to compete on the defensive glass? They got Zach Thomas, the biggest starter at 6'7", competing against Benford in there at almost 6'10". So it's going to be interesting. But once again, Virginia has to match up with those good perimeter players of the Cows in this starting lineup. So we're going to see how this chess match plays out over the course of the next 4 quarters.
That's for sure. And we've already talked about it. The small ball lineup coming out, maybe trying to out-quick or tire out Benford and Wright. I think it was that last matchup, Tim, where those guys got in foul trouble and they didn't really have a lot of depth down low behind those 2 guys, as formidable as those 2 are. So maybe Frederick trying to wear those 2 guys down and then bring their own bigs in off the bench once they get the big men tired for the Vipers.
Jeff, in that game, Frederick's bench outscored the Vipers 35-8. Now, the Vipers in their defense were playing a little short-handed. I don't think Blakeney was here for the game. And they started Jason Hutzler. And Jason Hutzler had a fine game. I think he had 23 points in that game. But you're right, they just kind of wore down over the course of 4 quarters. Actually, I think they were leading after 3 quarters, the Vipers were.
Well, Blakeney gives it up to Torrance. We'll see if Coach Lewis's timeout worked. Not immediately. Quentin Scott gets the rebound.
So Quentin, he's one of those guys that can help out with that size advantage, with his athleticism and ability to get in the air. Nice move by Zach there, but couldn't come up
Benford running
Wow.
the floor, misses. Millinghouse, he's got guys to his left and his right. Quentin Scott, baseline, money.
Nice job there by Shadell advancing the ball, putting Quentin in a good spot for the little short jump shot.
Benford, too strong. Gets his own but loses it. And here comes Millinghouse. Good job by Torrance to slow him down. Nobody slowed down Ron Scott, but he comes up empty. Good challenge there by Wright.
Benford hit the ground down there, and he had a hard time getting back down the floor. He never passed half court, I don't believe.
Checks his feet, takes another shot, knocks that one down.
Well, he's missed a couple at the rim, so just go out and shoot it from farther out, Benford says.
Got himself back on defense to alter Damian Daniels' offering, and here come the Vipers at the other end. That ball out of bounds.
Nice job by Ron Scott to compete on the glass with Benford breathing down his neck and knock the ball out of bounds, but no offensive rebound attempt for the Vipers.
6-3, your early score. The Vipers. Blakeney pulls up. No good. Rebound tipped by Scott. Daniels comes away with it. Ron Scott a little pick and roll with Thomas, but instead they give it up. Quentin Scott out to Thomas in the corner. Can't get the roll.
Virginia extremely cold shooting, 1 of 8. Start the game, but Brown answers there. Knocks it at 6 points apiece.
They've really made a concerted effort to get Benford the ball since he has that big size advantage, but Frederick's interior has stood tall so far. Millinghouse off the mark, 6-6 is your score. We're all knotted up here with 8:15 left in the first. Kick out to Blackney. And Ramad Wright gives it back. RJ for 3. No good.
Offensive rebound there to Torrance. And a nice high arcing floater off the glass. Beautiful touch by Caleb Torrance there.
Quentin Scott for 3 lets it fly. No good.
Yeah, great defense there by, that was Ramad Wright, got his hand in his face.
Benford off the mark. Rebound tipped out, and it was Torrance. Mike Brown against Millinghouse. Instead gives it up to the baseline. And it's Benford trying to back down Zach Thomas. Good defense by the former Bucknell Bison. Good passing out in transition. Millinghouse, 8-8.
I tell you, I don't think Coach Derek Lewis is too happy with Benford. He's gone inside and he hasn't even made it down the court after he misses his shots. I don't know if he's hurt or what.
Ramad Wright.
Yeah, Ramad Wright, extremely solid player. Averages 11 points and 11 rebounds for this Viper squad.
He just went out to the corner, and Frederick lost him. He knocks down that 3. There was a foul there, I believe, on Benford, maybe. Thomas kicks it to the corner. Millinghouse, no good.
Yeah, a little pick and pop action with Zach. Zach made the extra pass. Millinghouse had a good look at it, but came up empty there.
Brown finds Darian Peterson, the Oxon Hill, Maryland native, just checked in. He drives against Millinghouse, and Millinghouse, a little too much contact. That will send Peterson to the free throw line. Peterson averaging 13 points a game, shooting 74%.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup for Shadell in that high post area.
Peterson to shoot another one. Misses them both, but the offensive rebound, he gets it back. Thomas, a good challenge. Then he gets the rebound and off to the races. Daniels.
Turnover there. That was a good idea, pushing the ball. Damian just threw it out ahead of Shadell a little too far and came up empty.
Brown, right, misses the dunk. Daniels. Kick to Ron Scott. He'll let it fly. He knocks it down.
Nice job by Damian Daniels finding Ronnie in that far corner. Ronnie had able to take his time and knock the three ball down.
Kick out. Caleb Torrance. No good. Peterson.
One of the other big keys of this matchup, Jeff, is defensive glass for the Cows. Their Vipers getting a lot of second chance points here. They're kind of lucky. The Vipers have been missing some shots from close range here.
Millinghouse trying to back down Torrance. He leans. Peterson, the outlet. Mike Brown. Torrance. RJ Blackney. He gets the finish.
Now it looks like Virginia's pushing the pace a little bit against the Cows. They've been doing a good job of getting the ball out and running and getting some easy opportunities.
A 12-5 run right now for Virginia. Frederick led 6-3. Damian Daniels knocks it down.
Zach Thomas being the facilitator out top. Swings the ball to Damian. Daniels with a wide open three.
RJ Blakeney into the paint. Foul on Millinghouse. That'll be his second.
Yeah, the official called that from a long way away.
%80 free throw shooter. Played his college ball at both Dayton and Old Dominion, and he played a little bit of AAU for Team Mella. Amir Harris and Zion Smith make their first appearance, and a familiar face in for the Vipers, Denmark Slay. He played in the regular season finale, got picked up down the stretch. Always enjoyed having Denmark on the roster for the Cows the last 2 years. Got caught in a little bit of a roster crunch mid-season. I went back to his previous team. He played for the Vipers before he played for the Cows.
Yeah, good to see Denmark out here playing again. Great young man.
Damian Daniels, interception, crossover, finish.
Well, that's a bad way for Denmark have to start this game. Looking at Damian Daniels bringing it to you one-on-one.
Baseline, Mike Brown stripped. Ball will stay with Virginia Valley. Here comes Alani Moore.
So Zion and Alani come into the game now. Coach Dan Preet keeping that fresh lineup in the game.
They find an open man in the corner. Ball bounces out, and Amir Harris with the rebound. Daniels to the corner. Smith, no. Denmark Slay with the rebound. Little floater in the paint, no good. Zach Thomas up
Nice.
ahead. Daniels again. They're going to reset the shot clock to 19. Looks like maybe that switch can get a little sticky there sometimes maybe. And shot clock didn't reset once Frederick took possession. Zach Thomas tries to make the extra pass. It got tipped away by Mike Brown. It will stay with Frederick. Here comes Mustafa Traore.
Zach a little bit too unselfish there, I thought. He had a little floater right there at the right in the middle of the lane, but elected to try to get it into Amir, and Ball was deflected out of bounds.
Moore looking for somebody. Waved off the screen, and Harris. Great roll to the basket.
Nice set up there by Harris. And Amir there. Alani, I'm sorry.
Mike Brown, the screen from right. 10 on the shot clock. Peterson. Now 5 on the shot clock. It's Denmark Slay. Gives it up to Wright, who has to let it fly there as the shot clock expires. No good. And Daniels tries to dribble through Denmark and Darian Peterson, drawing the foul.
I'll tell you, Jeff, if we had a shot chart, it would be pretty pathetic for Virginia Valley early here because they were 6 of 22 from the field, and I would say, 15 of those shots have probably been right inside the paint, but they just haven't been able to connect.
Benford 1 for 7, and most of those, like you said, Tim Wright, point blank. That pass tipped. They turn over the cows. It's Mike Brown. Hutzler making his first appearance. Brown backed up and took Amir Harris, draws the whistle.
Yeah, Brown's so tough to guard off the dribble. He's, he can shoot the three, but he's strong and can get to the basket. Did a nice job drawing contact there on him by Amir.
Brown to the line where he shoots 67%. Played his college ball at Mount Olive, a D2 school.
And then looking here, these opportunities for the Vipers are critical. 0 of 5 from the line right now. He just missed that one. Missed another one.
Harris clears the glass. Ron Scott tried to fight his way through one of the Vipers. Couldn't quite get the finish. Ball out of bounds to Virginia Valley. Torrance returns. Gainesville, Virginia played some D2 ball at both Millersville and Notre Dame of Ohio and finished up at Eastern Mennonite University.
Cal's guards, seeing their game plan here is to take it hard at the basket no matter what. Draw contact, make a play.
3 ball there, or actually a 2. He was on the line. Torrance missed it. Zion Smith. They'll swing it around. Mustafa handoff to Alani Moore. Gets it back. They got a mismatch. It was Traore against Mike Brown.
Nice job by Mustafa with the handoff and rolled to the basket, and Alani delivered a beautiful pass. And Mustafa, easy finish for him.
Mike Brown missed the 3. It's a 9-0 run for Frederick right now. Amir Harris threw Moore to Scott. Harris gets it back. Spins at a jump hook over Hutzler. Hutzler, good job to stick with Harris. Slay, spins. Hutzler, block. Harris.
Wow, great block by Harris.
Harris subbed me. I was wide open, Tim, but Alani Moore picked it off. Slay. We're under a minute left.
Quick hand. Oh.
Hutzler tipped away from behind by Harris. He tips it away from Traore, returns the favor.
Oh, active hands on both teams' part.
Peterson off the mark, rebound on the floor. Harris picks it up. We're about 12 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Smith stripped there.
I tell you, last few possessions, real good example of the quick hands of both these teams because there's been a lot of deflections and knocked the ball out of each other's hands, and nobody's really gotten a good shot lately.
Well, Frederick will try to get one here. They've got 15 seconds on the shot clock. Ron Scott gets it out to Zion Smith, no good. Harris, the offensive rebound and kick out. They're looking to the bench for the final play. Alani Moore lets it fly, no good. Rebounded by Renard Thomas, who just checked in. Slay, no good. And that'll end the first quarter, a low-scoring first quarter, Tim. We talked a lot about the icy shooting for both sides, and just 20 to 15, that's a pace for 80 to 60.
Right, and if you're the Virginia Valley Vipers, you're 6 of 25 and 3 of 8 from 3 and 0 of 6 from the line, and you're only down 5. And Jeff, you've been watching the game just as I have. They've been getting great shots, but there's just a lid on that basket now for the Vipers, and Frederick's not shooting them much more there, buddy. What is that?
9 out of 22, 41%.
Yeah, 2 of 9 from 3, and they haven't gone to the line yet. So a lot of up and down action, but not a lot of scoring going on right now.
We'll be back with the second period in a few moments.
Or should we start first?
Summon the power.
This is not just cheese, or butter, or whipped cream, or even dairy-free shreds. It's every food's BFF. It's what takes mac and cheese over the top, makes a burger cha-ching, and your veggies sing. This is not just our portfolio. It's why we get out of bed. Comfort on a plate in every language. What smiles are made of. This is not just a logo. It's us showing up, bringing our A game, playing for fun, playing to win. This is not just an apron. This is us giving our all and then some for each other, our neighbors, our partners, our planet. This isn't just a dairy processing plant. This is where the magic happens, where nature becomes nurture, and we carefully tend to our resources. And we are not just a company. We are can-doers and pursuers of better, bringing delight to omnivores, flexitarians, and vegetarians everywhere. More than that, we are a promise, a way of life, family, home. Saputo. Together, we bring good to the table.
Well, we're moments away from the second quarter. Frederick leading here in the first round, 20 to 15. Winner tonight gets Capital, the top seed, who will host the semifinals and championship game on Saturday and Sunday.
Going to be interesting, Jeff, with this first year in the league and that Seahawks team, such a dominant team all year long, finally got a loss on them against the second-seeded New York Phoenix.
Good start for Frederick here in the second. Quentin Scott finds the bottom of the bucket and draws the foul. He'll head to the line.
Yeah,
excellent free throw shooter.
Good connection between Mustafa and Quentin there on the high-low look.
Mike Brown assessed with the foul. That's his first, and it will be the first free throw for Frederick. They're perfect. They've made all their free throws, Tim.
Yeah, highly unusual for the Cows only get their first free throw in the second quarter.
Blakeney against Quentin Scott. Gets it back. He'll shoot it over Q. No good. Millinghouse with the rebound.
Yeah, Blakeney wide right.
Ron Scott, tough layup.
Yeah, the switch in lineup for Coach Preet has paid off as far as transition is concerned because they are able to get down the floor quickly.
into the paint. It was Slay. He got blocked, but it was because he got fouled. It's going to be against Mustafa Traore.
Nice job by Denmark. Good cut to the basket, good drive to the basket, and to use that offhand to draw the foul on Mustafa.
I know we always talked when Denmark was here in Frederick about what a heady, smart player he was. And so nobody's going to know the defensive tendencies and the way Frederick's going to try to help and how to maybe take advantage of that better than Denmark Slay. I know both Ed Corporal and Coach Preet both kind of, he was an extra assistant coach almost when he was on the bench or on the floor.
Yeah, highly intelligent player. He was a good player here at Frederick. Just he didn't get a lot of playing time just because the Cows were so heavy at the guard slot. But, man, he could play. He was a good player. And nice to see him getting his chance with the Vipers.
Quentin Scott cannot get the roll. Rebounded by the Vipers. Here's Denmark Slay. The floater, no good. Scott with the rebound to Scott and then to Moore.
Denmark's gotten a couple floaters, just been unlucky not being able to finish. And, boy, Ron Scott in that open floor, he is just so hard to guard.
If he can get downhill at the hoop, he is just so tough to stop, like you said. Ramad Wright.
Nice dish there by Renard Thomas. Finding Renard Wright wide open underneath the basket. Easy deuce there.
And that's the first field goal for Virginia Valley since it was 15-11.
Mustafa off to a pretty good start in this game. He was kind of quiet in the last game against the Phoenix. I believe he only had 2 points in that game.
Denmark draws the foul.
Wow, it looked like Mustafa had pretty good verticality there, but officials thought otherwise.
Frederick does not have a lot of fouls, but you don't like their distribution. 10-2 on Shadell Millinghouse, 2 on Mustafa Traore.
Well, we've said it all year. The Cows are a team that they don't have to worry about foul trouble all that much because they got plenty of bodies that can play. So I know Shadell, big score, 21 points a game, but they got some guys. If he gets a foul or two, they can let him sit for a little while. They have that luxury.
Mustafa finds Shadell. Nice roll by Shadell Millinghouse.
And Mustafa, one of his great skills is his ability to pass the basketball.
We've got a timeout called by Derek Lewis. It's going to become the media timeout. So we'll take it with him, and we'll be back 31-19 with 9.5 to go in the half.
Let's face it, highways are boring. Leave the traffic behind and go for a drive on Maryland's scenic byways in Frederick County. They'll take you where you want to go and make the journey just as memorable. Every turn invites you to slow down and discover something new. From captivating history to irresistible flavors to vibrant downtowns. Plan your trip today and take the road that tells a story.
Flying cows stay cool under pressure. At Stoltz, we do too. We design and manufacture precision cooling solutions that keep data centers running. Everything from AI to data in the cloud, all around the world. Headquartered right here in Frederick, we have over 500 employees who make us proud to be called one of the best places to work. As a leader in the data center industry, we're growing fast, and we want you on our team. Join the Stoltz team today to be a part of something bigger. Scan the QR code to apply.
Temperatures are rising in Frederick, and so is the competition. Spring is swarming season, and pests in our area are on the move. Protect home base with the local experts at American Pest. As the official pest control provider for the Keys and proud sponsor of the Cows, we're always here for your home team, indoors and out. American Pest. Pests are no match for us.
We're back. 9:34 to go in the second quarter. 31-19. It was 15-11 in favor of Virginia Valley midway through the first, and it's a 20-4 run since, Tim.
Yeah, certainly the Cows have turned it up a notch in this second quarter, getting out in transition, sharing the basketball beautifully. And then once again, Virginia, though, has just been kind of really, really cold. So it'll be interesting if they can bounce back from this deficit. They switch up defense a little bit of, looks like a little 1-2-2 zone look. See how the Cows attack here. A.J. Wilson in the game for the Cows.
Millinghouse, pull up, money. He's got 8. Lead back to 13 for Frederick. Ramad Wright. Mike Brown, 10 seconds on the shot clock. He's got screens either way. Wright lets it fly. No good. And that will be possession to Frederick. Benford back in. He sat for a while.
I don't know if that was, I don't think he had a foul there. I think I would just hit the support.
I believe you're correct. We do have one of the Cows. It looks like A.J. Wilson is down. I think he got caught maybe in the head.
Yeah,
going
like
for
he's
the
holding.
rebound.
I'm glad he's not holding on to his Achilles there. He had to sit out a few games, a few weeks back with an Achilles injury. I don't know what he said. We must be important, Jeff. They got to talk to us. What they got to talk to us for? We don't care.
Well, there's something going on. We'll hear it maybe when Mike announces it.
I mean, they do that on NBA games, but they don't have to do that to me. I mean, right? I'm not Reggie Miller. I'm not Reggie Miller. You don't have to tell me
You're
nothing.
a better shooter than Reggie Miller. Maybe not on the basketball court, but maybe like billiards.
And you're not Mike Breen either.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. Nobody's happier about that than Mike Breen.
Maybe salary-wise, but.
Oh, I hope they pay Mike Breen handsomely. In the other semifinal, we've got Baltimore up 29-20. 10:05 left in the second. Down in Baltimore.
I tell you, Jeff, when we look at this league and what it, in its first year, I think one thing that it was able to accomplish was the parity that we were talking about that at the beginning of the year, and we looked at these teams and the games going back and forth, and
they were reviewing to see if the foul was a flagrant. They ultimately kept it as a common foul there against Benford, his second. But that shot that A.J. Wilson took, they were looking to see if there was any malicious intent.
Anyway, getting back to my point about the parity in the league, we don't have as many, blowouts and, a lot of competitive games. And, I look at this Viper team and looking at some of their games they play, they really had some knockdown, drag-out affairs with the Capital Seahawks. I think they played to a couple 1-point games.
Quentin Scott with the dunk.
Well, it looks like Damian came up a little.
Yeah, he's hobbling.
Yeah, he's.
Mike Brown. Kick out. They'll swing it through Peterson, who gets it back. Pull up. No good. Ron Scott the other way. Quentin Scott. No good. Shadell tracks it down.
Yeah, nice job by Miss Shadell.
There were two Vipers there, and I think they just took for granted that one of them would pick it up. A.J. Wilson, who remained in the game, comes up empty there. Rebounded by Wright. Mike Brown will pick and roll with Ramad Wright, but good job by the Cows. Mike Brown lets it fly, no good. Caleb Torrance tried to give it up to one of the big men and eventually finds its way to Benford, who cannot buy a bucket.
Well,
misses again.
Benford has just been so unlucky. He has gotten quite a few attempts. Oh, nice pass. Oh, Shadell Millinghouse. Great catch in the first place, and then the presence of mind to just settle, take his time, and beautiful job on the reverse layup there.
Mike Brown comes up short.
Everywhere.
Ball on the floor. Players on the floor. Ron Scott. Shadell. Lob. Dunk.
My goodness.
Quentin Scott with the finish. 2 dunks now for Q. And we still have an injured player. They're not stopping it for Benford. Clearly down. Coach Preet was pointing.
Yeah, Benford went down hard on that earlier possession. I mean, he got airborne and he came down really, really hard. Hope he's okay.
So I think we do have a foul here that actually is what stopped it. Yeah, foul on number 23, Peterson. That's his first. And he may have just committed the foul so the game had stopped for Benford. Well, Benford off to a rough start, but you hope he's okay. He's been down for a while, though, so
yeah, working on that. Looks like that left knee. And he came down hard on that left side, his knee, hip. I tell you, Jeff, this Cal team really playing with maybe the best mindset we've kind of seen this year. Really a lot of intensity, playing with a lot of pace.
Well, Benford coming off under his own power. That's generally a good sign. R.J. Blakeney back in.
Well, Jeff, we saw a game last night with the New York Knicks with a down 29 points in that game. Came back and won, and so this Virginia Viper team might have to take a page out of their book and stay with it.
Great start for Virginia Valley, but not much has gone right in probably the last 12 minutes for them.
And now they're back in man-to-man here.
Ron Scott. Shadell wide open. Good closeout by Mike Brown. He might have got a fingertip on that. Doesn't look like he did, as the ball goes to Virginia Valley. Mike Brown working against Ron Scott. Step back, long 2. Rebound, 5 battling 5. It's Daniels against Torrance. It's a jump ball. So we have 2 of the more diminutive players on the floor right now. Gonna jump it up.
Let's see if Damian can get the tap here.
Torrance Tips it over to Peterson. He's guarded by Quentin Scott. Loses it. A.J. Wilson, outlet. Daniels, lob. Shadell, 2.
Jeff, if you example on that play, you watch Damian Daniels pushing, and the 4 Vipers were well behind that play when Damian got that ball out. So they are really beating the Vipers down the floor in transition.
R.J. Blakeney shoots that one off the mark. Here comes Denmark Slay back into the game. He replaces Peterson in the Viper lineup. They'll have 14 to shoot. They get it in the right. His pass went off Scott right back to him. Kicked it back out then to Slay. Pass tipped by Quentin Scott. Out of bounds. 4 to shoot for Virginia Valley. Blakeney gets it in to Denmark, the runner, the floater. It's good.
Wow. Denmark's had a few floaters in this game. He's made 2. That one had a lot of arc on it and get that thing to go down. It was a nice play by Denmark there.
10 to shoot. Ron Scott gets it down to A.J. Wilson. Fadeaway over right, no good. Ron Scott, second life for Frederick. Pass intercepted. R.J. Blakeney with the flush.
Yeah, lackadaisical pass there by Ronnie Scott. Blakeney made them pay.
Still a 30-8 run for Frederick. Shadell make it 32-8.
Yeah, good push by Ronnie, finding Shadell. He's running the floor, gets the easy layup.
Actually 32-10, excuse me. Ramad Wright gets a second chance maybe for Virginia Valley. Caleb Torrance is trying to get up there to the watering hole, I think, at the upper deck, Tim.
Yeah, he's thirsty.
A lot of contact at the top between A.J. Williams and Torrance. Wilson now. Quentin Scott lets it fly, no good. Rebounded by Slay. He's going to take on 3 of his teammates. Thinks better of it. Waits for the rest of the Vipers. Pull up. Short. Blakeney. Good.
Yeah, Denmark. Was that a pull-up or was that a pass?
I kind of thought it was a shot. Oh, wow. Dunk by Quentin Scott. His 3rd dunk of the night.
And a beautiful pass by Ronnie Scott.
Another timeout by Derek Lewis.
Quentin Scott with the dunk, and he's pleading with the official that he got hit on the head.
30-second fouls, 30-second timeout by Coach Lewis, so we'll stay here.
I'll tell you, Ron, with this lineup, they're small, quick, they're getting up and down the floor, man. They are really playing at a high level in transition.
Well, Frederick started out 9 of 22 shooting in the first quarter, and Tim, here in this second quarter, that makes them 12 of 18 shooting. And when you get 3 dunks from Quentin Scott, that's going to help the percentage, obviously.
Right, and most of those are layups too, Jeff.
And I know it was 6 out of 24, I believe, for Virginia Valley, which would mean they're 5 out of 21 since then. So maybe a hair better than they started out the game, but just tough going shooting the ball for Virginia Valley.
And I tell you, the other thing the Cows have done really well is when they're not scoring in transition, their half-court offense has been pretty good. They've kind of changed that style a little bit too. They're kind of got a lot of like cutting going through the middle of the lane and setting up some guys for easy shots on cuts to the basket.
Quentin Scott, 7 to shoot. Crosses over, has it poked away. Torrance comes away with the loose ball. Ahead to Brown. Brown
Nice catch by Brown and finish.
Nice job. He caught it too deep, managed to back himself up and go up in between Daniels and Ron Scott. Damian Daniels baseline, no good. Quentin Scott draws the foul.
I tell you, Jeff, the other thing about this Frederick Cows lineup that I really like is with the smaller, quicker lineup, these guys maybe not getting the rebounds coming off the rim, but they get those like kind of long rebounds where they're covering a lot of ground laterally to get to the ball.
There's at least one Virginia Valley fan here in the gym tonight. You just heard him. And there are some Virginia Valley fans, definitely more than just that one. We heard them a little bit during the starting lineup. Percival, not very far from Frederick, so an easy drive for the Viper fan base. Torrance, good job to draw the contact and release the ball to get himself to the free throw line. So we've got Quentin Scott and Shadell Millinghouse have combined for 29 of the 47 for Frederick, and they are 13 of 21 shooting combined. Torrance, back iron. 80% free throw shooter.
I'll tell you, two of 11 from the free throw line for this group, man. And once again, Jeff, we hit on that earlier. You know, they've shot it poorly, and really, you know, they're lucky to be down 15 points, really.
They really are.
I mean, as bad as they've shot the ball, I mean, 11 free throws, that's pretty good, but if you're only going to make 2 of them.
Alani Moore for 3.
Ron Scott with a good find there.
His first bucket of the night. Then Mark Slay, a couple of pumps. Finds Torrance. Left hand, no good. Zach Thomas. Daniels lets it fly. No good. Mike Brown, and I think they're going to get Alani Moore.
Yeah, Alani Moore with the hold on the rebound there. So look like they'll be in the bonus.
Which hasn't necessarily been bad news for Frederick, as we've been talking about that free throw shooting, just whether it's at the line or from the floor, just nothing seems to want to go for the Vipers. We'll see if Mike Brown can change the fortune a little bit. Second foul on Alani Moore.
Good stat for the Cows, too. 19 assists already in this first half. And, you know, you probably could divide them up evenly between Ron, Damian, Shadell. Even their bigs have done a good job passing the ball here today.
Denmark Slay knocked down a 3, and it's 14 points. 50-36. Quentin Scott. Damian Daniels finds Zach Thomas. A couple of spins. Gets his own rebound. No good.
Man, Zach had a couple good looks there. Unlucky a little bit.
Mike Brown.
Yeah, that should be Cow ball.
Well, right now in Baltimore, it's 38-36 Baltimore in front. 30-second timeout called by Frederick. We'll keep it here.
That'll be a low-scoring game. Baltimore usually kind of likes to play a lower tempo than some of the other teams. You got to remind me, who are they playing now? They're playing
It's Jersey Shore.
Jersey, right? Yeah.
13 points down there for Terry Nolan Jr. He's got the game high. We stick with the gym we're sitting in. It's 15 again for Quentin Scott, 14 for Millinghouse, and checking the other side of the ledger, 8 for Caleb Torrance, and that's important because he only averages 5 per game. He's done his best to try to spark the offense, but even he's just 3 out of 8 shooting.
Talking about that Baltimore squad, one big injury they have is Dylan Cormier. If he's not their leading scorer, he's their second. He's one of the leading scorers in the league, I believe, and he's out right now with a back injury. Don't know if he's going to be able to suit up for the playoffs or not, but he definitely isn't playing tonight.
He was listed as a reserve and inactive tonight, so we'll have to see if he can get his way back should Baltimore advance. Zach Thomas. That's good.
Nice job, Damian Daniels. That pick and pop action with him and Zach.
About a 2-second difference, maybe 3, between the shot clock and the game clock. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Torrance has a screen from right. Pulls up from the free throw line and can't get the roll. 4 seconds left. Moore. He'll pull up. Lets it fly. Woo! It's good. Alani Moore. Wow. And just like that, it's back up to 20, Tim.
Great ending of that half for the Frederick Flying Cows.
Virginia Valley had maybe started to chip into it a little bit. It was 50-36. And then 2 threes on the last 2 possessions for Frederick. Stretches it all the way back to 20.
I'll tell you, that's that. You know, the team that has that kind of spurt ability, they cut in your lead a little bit, and then you hit 2 quick shots to extend the lead back out. You know, that can be devastating for your opponent.
Well, it's 56-36. And I heard something, I feel like, during one of the timeouts about a dunk contest, but I think for now, we'll kick it to halftime, and maybe if they do some sort of dunk, we'll come back.
Well, I'm not in that dunk contest, I know that.
This is not just cheese, or butter, or whipped cream, or even dairy-free shreds. It's every food's BFF. It's what takes mac and cheese over the top, makes a burger cha-ching, and your veggies sing. This is not just our portfolio. It's why we get out of bed. Comfort on a plate in every language. What smiles are made of. This is not just a logo. It's us showing up, bringing our A game, playing for fun, playing to win. This is not just an apron. This is us giving our all and then some for each other, our neighbors, our partners, our planet. This isn't just a dairy processing plant. This is where the magic happens, where nature becomes nurture, and we carefully tend to our resources. And we are not just a company. We are can-doers and pursuers of better, bringing delight to omnivores, flexitarians, and vegetarians everywhere. More than that, we are a promise, a way of life, family, home. Saputo. Together, we bring good to the table.
Or should we start first?
Summon the power.
Flying cows stay cool under pressure. At Stoltz, we do too. We design and manufacture precision cooling solutions that keep data centers running. Everything from AI to data in the cloud, all around the world. Headquartered right here in Frederick, we have over 500 employees who make us proud to be called one of the best places to work. As a leader in the data center industry, we're growing fast, and we want you on our team. Join the Stoltz team today to be a part of something bigger. Scan the QR code to apply.
Let's face it, highways are boring. Leave the traffic behind and go for a drive on Maryland's scenic byways in Frederick County. They'll take you where you want to go and make the journey just as memorable. Every turn invites you to slow down and discover something new. From captivating history to irresistible flavors to vibrant downtowns. Plan your trip today and take the road that tells a story.
Hi, I'm Dr. Amir Rashidian, a chiropractor, a fellow with the American Institute of Stress, with not just one, but 2 convenient locations and a team of highly specialized doctors. Our team at Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic Centers is equipped with the knowledge and expertise to address a wide range of conditions, whether it's chronic back pain, neck pain, headaches, or stress-related ailments.
Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic Centers, where compassion meets expertise and your well-being comes first. Call us today and start your journey to a pain-free, stress-free life.
Temperatures are rising in Frederick, and so is the competition. Spring is swarming season, and pests in our area are on the move. Protect home base with the local experts at American Pest. As the official pest control provider for the Keys and proud sponsor of the Cows, we're always here for your home team, indoors and out. American Pest. Pests are no match for us.
This is not just cheese, or butter, or whipped cream, or even dairy-free shreds. It's every food's BFF. It's what takes mac and cheese over the top, makes a burger cha-ching, and your veggies sing. This is not just our portfolio. It's why we get out of bed. Comfort on a plate in every language. What smiles are made of. This is not just a logo. It's us showing up, bringing our A game, playing for fun, playing to win. This is not just an apron. This is us giving our all and then some for each other, our neighbors, our partners, our planet. This isn't just a dairy processing plant. This is where the magic happens, where nature becomes nurture, and we carefully tend to our resources. And we are not just a company. We are can-doers and pursuers of better, bringing delight to omnivores, flexitarians, and vegetarians everywhere. More than that, we are a promise, a way of life, family, home. Saputo. Together, we bring good to the table.
Well, we're back just about 90 seconds before the start of the third quarter. First half, Tim, maybe didn't start out that way, but it ended up being all Frederick.
Right. Great performance by Frederick in that second quarter. Ratcheted up on the offensive end, 24-47 from the field. They just played at such a high pace. Did a great job on the defensive glass as they had 27 defensive rebounds, and we said that's a big key. Even though Virginia Vipers had 16 offensive rebounds, they weren't able to take advantage in just at the pace of the game that the Frederick Cows have played out in this first half has led to this 20-point deficit for the Vipers.
Yeah, they're going to have to hope that maybe Frederick cooled off since they had to take a break a little bit, and that maybe that shakes some rust off of their shooting.
Yeah, but, like we said, Jeff, all the time, in that first half, we said it over and over and over again that the Vipers were getting good shots. 16 offensive rebounds, but they just couldn't take advantage. And, in a pro game, 4 of 14 from the free throw line just isn't going to get it done. So, they got a lot of work ahead of them if they're going to get back into this game.
Yeah, that was maybe one of the more frustrating parts, probably even just other than missing shots in general, was they had some opportunities to get free points. And the guys at the line aren't bad free throw shooters. They just didn't make them.
No, you're exactly right. And, the Cows go to that smaller lineup at the beginning of the game, and that as the game wore on, it just continued to pay dividends throughout that first half. And, they had pretty good balanced scoring. I think they finished with, 21 assists in that first half. So really, with Ronnie, Damian, Shadell, and we even mentioned their bigs' ability to pass the ball. They were spreading that scoring around. And, an impressive showing by the Cows in that first half, especially the second quarter.
8 different players scored for Frederick in the first half. Shadell Millinghouse was second on the team with 14, behind only Quentin Scott, who has a game-high 15. Shadell. Ron Scott, the runner. No good. Not often you see that runner not fall, Tim.
So Frederick's offense, they're just giving a lot of room. They're kind of playing offense from, the perimeter. They don't have a presence in the low post. It's more passing and cutting. Oh, Zach Thomas.
Had all night.
Yeah, that was like horse. He was playing horse.
Big grin on his face as he comes back down the floor. Mike Brown tries to shoot it over him. He does.
Critical part of the game right here for Virginia Valley. They got to cut into this lead. I'd say that, they got to get this down to 10 points by the end of the third quarter.
Quentin Scott lets it fly. No good. R.J. Blakeney, outlet. Torrance.
Oh, my.
Ball just taken away by Daniels.
Yeah, what anticipation.
Ron Scott, high off the glass.
Man. And I tell you, Ron Scott, man, he is just contributing to the Cows in so many ways tonight. If he's scoring, getting to the rim, making good passes.
Blakeney no good. Tough shot. Daniels up ahead. Shadell, 3-on-2. Leaves it for Quentin Scott.
Yeah, Quentin with his third dunk. And bad start for the Virginia Valley Vipers here. And Coach Lewis got to call a timeout.
I mean, not to add insult to injury for Virginia Valley, but if you only count Quentin Scott's dunks, he's got as many points as anyone on Virginia Valley. That's just the struggle it's been tonight. And and the ease with which Frederick has been able to score at times since the end of that first quarter. I think they went 15 for 25 in the third, if my math is right, which would put them at 60%. And it doesn't really seem to have slowed down here in the opening minutes of quarter number 3.
Yeah, looking at the stats here, between Quentin and Shadell, the 2 leading scorers for the Cows, they're 14 for 23. So, it's going to be hard to beat the Cows if your 2 leading scorers are having those kind of nights shooting-wise.
Those 2 guys probably combined to average 43, 44 points per game. They're already at 31 with a lot of time left. There's about 22 minutes and change left in this contest.
Let's say, if the Cows hold up and win this game tonight, it's going to be interesting, going on the road down to Bowie State to play the Seahawks. Cows have not been real good on the road this year. I think maybe 3 wins on the road.
Yeah, they beat San Diego twice.
2 of them were in San Diego, exactly. And I think they beat Jersey up there.
They beat Reading.
Okay.
They lost their last trip to Jersey Shore, but I think there was an earlier one in the season maybe that they won. But yeah, they did win at Reading, 2 at San Diego, and those might be the only 3, maybe 4 road wins if they got Jersey Shore.
Yeah, and they didn't have a road win until they went to San Diego. So
so then it would just be the 3, Reading and the 2 San Diego games. And those are the 2 teams that did not qualify for the playoffs. They have not beaten a playoff team on the road, which made their ability to host tonight even more critical.
But it's that scenario where it's one and done. So anything can happen. I think when the New York Phoenix beat Capital, it gives us every team a little hope now.
Virginia Valley's looking for a little hope here on this possession. R.J. Blakeney provides it.
Yeah, nice job by Blakeney there with the shot fake and got to the rim.
Some full court pressure. Hand off to Quentin Scott, and now Shadell. Spins both ways, can't get the roll. Rebounded by Wright. Torrance trying to circle through the defense. That one tipped by Thomas. Shadell Millinghouse to Ronald Scott. Flips it in.
Their ability to run the floor with those guards, Shadell, Ron Scott, Damian, and Quentin Scott.
Mike Brown backed up and takes the drive, gets the whistle.
So Mike Brown going to the line. This is maybe an opportunity for the Vipers to get their first double-figure score in the game.
Knocks down the first. He's up to 9. And he matches his uniform number. He's got 10. Daniels. Shadell crosses over, spins. They'll swing it to Daniels in the corner.
Oh, great.
Nice, leaning, fading shot by Damian Daniels.
Yeah, Damian Daniels, like Stopped on a dime with the pull up, used the glass nicely.
Little confusion there by Frederick trying to pick up the Vipers on defense, and R.J. Blakeney knocks down the 3. He's in double figures now with 11. Lead at 22 for Frederick. Ron Scott. 5 to shoot. Damian Daniels. Skip pass. Zach Thomas lets it fly. Fouled by Ramad Wright.
Yeah, Zach draw the foul on Wright there.
Zach Thomas now on the line for your gals. He'll be shooting 3.
Just a 57% free throw shooter, but I don't feel like he had a lot of attempts over the course of the year. I think he had one bad game maybe at the beginning of the year where he went like 2 for 6 or something. So,
yeah, and he's been in and out of the lineup for a good part of the season, and it's just good to see him get back in the lineup, kind of get some extended minutes here. I don't think he played, and I don't even think he went on the trip to New York in the last game.
Hutzler comes in to replace Ramad Wright.
As a matter of fact, they were pretty short-handed in New York. I know Shadell Millinghouse didn't dress or play, and neither did DeAndre Jordan, DeAndre
Johnson,
who
DeAndre Jordan, to my knowledge, did not dress either for that game. So you're
DeAndre
not wrong.
Jordan hasn't, Johnson hasn't gotten in tonight.
And not sure if he's battling some kind of injury. 3 ball there by Peterson is good. He's up to 7.
Yeah, Vipers got a couple 3 balls to drop in this third quarter, but Cows still keep it at a 20-plus lead right now, and nice pass by Zach Thomas.
Millinghouse with 16. Still one behind Quentin Scott's 17. Torrance. RJ. Leans. Gets the roll. He's got 13.
So now the problem for Virginia is they're starting to score the ball a little bit, but they just can't get stops against Frederick.
Millinghouse. Lob. Scott gets the whistle, can't get the roll. He'll head to the line for 2.
Nice job by Scott to shield that defender, and a beautiful catch. And, you know, his athleticism and ability to hang in the air draws a lot of fouls for him.
Well, Scott gets a chance to add 2 more to his evening. He's at 17 right now. Make it 18.
4 for 4 from the free throw line. To go along with 6 rebounds. You know, that's a big responsibility for Q, and with this small lineup he has to really do a good job rebounding the ball.
He's that small ball 4 with Zach Thomas is the small ball 5, but Virginia Valley, they have not been able to exploit that. With Benford getting hurt, they just haven't been able to really attack that like maybe they want to, although it's right there they get an easy 2. Mike Brown maybe heating up a little bit here in the third quarter. Quentin Scott. Ten on the shot clock. Thomas. Now Ron Scott baseline with 5 on the clock. Can't get the roll.
Yeah,
it's
tough
Peterson.
shot by Ronnie there.
Mike Brown, end to end. Can't get the roll. Hutzler saves it.
Nice hustle by Hutzler.
Torrance manages to corral that almost another steal for Damian Daniels.
Yeah, nice job by Torrance there with the hustle play. You know, every possession for the Vipers is critical right now. And 8 seconds left on the shot clock here, but Vipers have a chance to crack the 20-point deficit if they score here.
Daniels with 8 assists and 2 steals. That would have been his third. Millinghouse with 7 steals. I know you've talked a lot about that ball movement for Frederick tonight.
And yeah, they racked up the assists. I forget what was that halftime statistic.
I think it was 21 assists.
21 assists at halftime, yeah. And now they're up to 26. So nice job sharing the ball. And I tell you, in their half-court offense, they're doing a real good job of, you know, for most part tonight, moving the ball from one side of the floor to the other. You know, and that forces Virginia to have to, you know, move quickly on defense, forces some closeouts. And, you know, the Cows got so many players are good at putting the ball on the floor and creating problems going to the rim.
Skip pass, pull up as the shot clock expires, and there is a whistle.
And there's that glue guy for the Vipers, that Hutzler, on the offensive boards. And like we mentioned at the outset, you know, he came up, last game they played there, he came off the bench and probably had a career high that night, 23 points.
I believe he had a double-double. He was well into double digits in rebounds, had some assists, some steals.
Nice outlet there by Amir. Nice job advancing the ball.
Mustafa, an easy bucket. Like you've said, Tim, you know, Virginia Valley's showing some life offensively, but they cannot get stops.
Wow.
Amir Harris with the rebound.
Yeah, 2 great rebounds by Harris on back-to-back possessions there.
Traore backing his man down. Can't get the roll.
Yeah.
Mike Brown, loose ball rebound. Takes it himself. Maybe Harris got a piece of that. Damian Daniels into the paint, short.
Oh, unlucky there.
The lead at 23, 4:44 to go in the third.
I tell you, it's like when they get the rebound, it's like 2 seconds and they're shooting at the other end. So quick.
Peterson.
Smaller lineup.
He's now up to 9 for Virginia Valley off the bench. Ball tipped away from Traore, but probably a foul going to be called on Hutzler maybe. Zion Smith making his first appearance of the third quarter. And Denmark Slay back in for Virginia Valley. Gave some good minutes to the Vipers in the first half. Smith wasting no time. A runner, he's fouled.
Well, I tell you, that Zion, he is, he's a great three-point shooter, but throughout this year, I've been really impressed. He's added that ability to put the ball on the floor and finish at the rim. You know, he's a true rookie. So it's going to be nice to see kind of how he develops at the pro level as the years go by.
Knocks down the first, so it is back to a 22-point advantage. That was his first point of the evening. Gets the roll. 4:07 left in the third. And we have a block on Alani Moore. He tried to get into position for the charge. Couldn't quite get there quick enough. Here's the replay on that. We'll see.
Yeah, a little bit of a bang-bang call there. Looked like he had pretty good position. But once again, you know, that's just one of those calls for officials that it's tough to call because they happen so fast.
Torrance picks up points 6 and 7 with that layup. Harris double teamed as he tries to bring it up. Could use some help. Way down to Zion Smith. Virginia Valley might have lucked out there that Smith couldn't catch that low pass cleanly. Would have been an easy 2. Traore, 2 on the shot clock. He's blocked. Peterson, I think, got a piece of it and comes away with the rebound. Skip pass. Torrance. Good. And it's down to 18 points, Tim.
Yeah, slowly getting back in it. But once again, we keep saying it, Jeff, they got to get stops.
Alani Moore, quick 3, no good. Peterson got the rebound. He brings it up himself.
Nice job by Peterson to draw foul on Mustafa there.
It almost looked like he would just dribble his way through the paint. He made a hard plant with that right foot and came back into the paint, got Traore up in the air.
Yeah, he's a pretty savvy player, Darian Peterson. Got on his resume out of Oxon Hill, Maryland, Indiana, and GW he played at, and played extensively overseas. 13 points a game score, averages 5 rebounds.
Amir Harris. It's down to 16. Hutzler. Screened by Moore. Harris. Oh, fancy layup there by Amir Harris.
Yeah, Amir, he's so athletic.
Foul on Zion Smith. We've talked a lot about Amir Harris previously. He played at George Washington after beginning his career at Nebraska. Local product and just super talented, but had a lot of injuries during that college career, and even now missed maybe the first half of the season, if not more, with an injury. So
right, and coming out of college, he's had a 2-year gap between college basketball and joining the Frederick Flying Cows for his first pro experience. And he's taken all that time to just really get healthy. So it's nice to see him be able to battle back and get playing again, making a contribution here for the Cows. We, talk when he started playing again, his defensive presence has really been a boost to the Cows. He, can do a lot of different things on the defensive end at his size and athleticism.
that one spins out for Caleb Torrance. Damian Daniels back in. Wright and R.J. Blakeney for Virginia Valley. Gets the second one to go. Baltimore up 5, 50-45 with about 9 minutes to go in the third quarter in that one. So they're a little bit behind us here in Frederick.
Now, that's a low-scoring game, isn't it?
It is. As you said, that's kind of the way Baltimore likes to play. Nice save there by Moore. Ron Scott blocking foul on the Vipers. And it was Torrance who might have taken the brunt of that collision. He's a little slow to get up, but I think he's all right.
Yeah, heck of a save there by Alani Moore. Good hustle to direct that ball back onto the floor, and the Cows picked it up. Ronnie Scott got fouled there.
first foul on Caleb Torrance. Ron Scott steps to the free throw line where he's a 79% free throw shooter. Here comes Zion Smith. He'll replace Alani Moore, and Hutzler back in for Torrance, who's still kind of hobbling a little bit around. And, Tim, shorter bench for Virginia Valley, I think, anyway. And now Benford has not returned. And Torrance is hobbling off. It gets a little shorter even. Ramad Wright clears the glass. Denmark Slay gets the screen. 3-ball from the corner, Mike Brown.
Good find by Denmark there.
It's a 15-point game.
Yeah, like we said, start of the third quarter, if they could get it down to 10 by the start of the fourth quarter, Virginia might have a shot.
Amir left that one short, a spinning baseline floater.
Yeah, a little bit too much one-on-one. I think the Cows got to get that, when they're not scoring in transition, they got to get that ball moving side to side in that half-court offense.
Ron Scott, Damian Daniels. Reverse, It's good.
I'll tell you, when you advance the ball and then you got the quickness of Damian Daniels and guys like Ronnie Scott, they are able to do so much damage right there.
Ron Scott, Zion Smith, he'll draw the foul. It's going to be called on Ramad Wright.
Stepping up to the line for Frederick, Zion Smith, shooting team.
Peterson back into the game. Slay to the bench. Smith at the line. Lead back to 19. Three ball, no good. Rebound tipped, and it ends up with Damian Daniels. Passed out of the double team to Ron Scott. A.J. Wilson sets the screen. Blocked by Hutzler, but he got him with the hip down low, so that will be a foul.
Ronnie is just so athletic because, even at his size, Jeff, he gets up so high when he attacks the basket that even the bigger players have to, foul him a lot of times to stop him.
Well, he has a great ability to reach out with that right arm and get the arm so far away from the defender to just create that separation.
And he also, with that, then he absorbs the body contact from the defender too, and he just a multi-dimensional player. He can hurt you in so many ways. 15-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock, and the ball goes out of bounds. And I think if we're talking about Ronnie Scott, and since he came back from that finger injury earlier in the year, he's probably been the Cows' most consistent player. Had a huge game during that road trip to end the season. Peterson draws a whistle. They give him the continuation, so he'll have a chance for the and one. Yeah, he had 29 in that game up in New York where I know we said the Cows were short-handed. As you see here, that play by Peterson. Daniels committed the foul. Pleading his case with the officials. Lead at 18 for Frederick. They can hold for last shot. We're at 10 seconds left in the third. Ron Scott
turns the corner. Hangs, can't get it to fall. It was rebounded by Peterson, whose heave is well off the mark, and we'll head to the fourth quarter. 18 points separate the Flying Cows and the Virginia Valley Vipers. We'll be back with the fourth.
This is not just cheese, or butter, or whipped cream, or even dairy-free shreds. It's every food's BFF. It's what takes mac and cheese over the top, makes a burger cha-ching, and your veggies sing. This is not just our portfolio. It's why we get out of bed. Comfort on a plate in every language. What smiles are made of. This is not just a logo. It's us showing up, bringing our A game, playing for fun, playing to win. This is not just an apron. This is us giving our all and then some for each other, our neighbors, our partners, our planet. This isn't just a dairy processing plant. This is where the magic happens, where nature becomes nurture, and we carefully tend to our resources. And we are not just a company. We are can-doers and pursuers of better, bringing delight to omnivores, flexitarians, and vegetarians everywhere. More than that, we are a promise, a way of life, family, home. Saputo. Together, we bring good to the table.
Hi, I'm Dr. Amir Rashidian, a chiropractor, a fellow with the American Institute of Stress, with not just one, but 2 convenient locations and a team of highly specialized doctors. Our team at Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic Centers is equipped with the knowledge and expertise to address a wide range of conditions, whether it's chronic back pain, neck pain, headaches, or stress-related ailments.
Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic Centers, where compassion meets expertise and your well-being comes first.
Dying to hear it.
It was the return of more cowbell that you just witnessed. A, we've just been on the road for a while, but B, he also missed a couple of games there. Good to get that staple of the games back to rile up the crowd. R.J. Blakeney fouled by A.J. Wilson.
So coming out of that quarter break, Coach Derek Lewis finds Blakeney on the post him up, found a mismatch, and he's able to draw the foul.
First foul of the game on A.J. Wilson. And obviously the first of the period on Frederick, because we're just 12 seconds in.
So give the Vipers a little bit of credit. They're able to get that free throw percentage up to 50% now. But boy, you know, in a game like this, you just like to have those free throws back, right? This would be a much different game if they, took advantage of that.
Much more manageable deficit, you're right, Tim, but just ice cold for the whole first half. Wilson on the move, gets a whistle. It's a block. A.J. Wilson will head to the free throw line. We'll get another look at his move here. Did a good job spinning baseline, beat his man right. No choice but to foul on the help defender. Wilson will head to the free throw line. Was a grad transfer at South Carolina after setting George Mason's blocked shots record. He's also on the A10 most improved and A10 all defensive team.
I think he holds the record for block shots at George Mason, doesn't he?
He does, yep. Yes, he does.
It kind of seems like with him, when he joined the Cows, he, had a little bit of a slow start, but then I remember he had a pretty big game one time, and then came the injury to his Achilles, I believe.
Shadell tried to get a little too fancy. Speaking of fancy, the throwdown by R.J. Blakeney. 17 now for their leading scorer. He averages 19.
See, I think, if you're Coach Dan Preet, now this is where the Cows got to, just be mentally tough, because they've worked really hard to get this lead, but now they're getting a little bit sloppy and careless with the basketball.
A.J. Wilson's short. It's been a track meet the last minute or two.
And Virginia, cut in the lead, but they haven't taken full advantage of, these kind of possessions. But, the Cows got to just tighten up and get that killer mentality coming down the stretch of games.
Well, good job by the Cow defense there to force Peterson to go away from the basket. He was trying to get in for a layup and had to shoot it kind of leaning towards the quarter. Daniels went away from the screen and crosses the paint and lays it in. 11 now for Damian Daniels.
I tell you, it's just so hard to guard these quick Cow guards off the dribble.
Another turnover. Quentin Scott. He fades away, no good. Rebounded by Virginia Valley. Mike Brown talking to the official a little bit, trying to...
I thought he was looking to call a timeout there.
Pulls up for the three, no good. Up ahead, Shadell. Blocked by Brown, I believe.
Nice hustle by Brown to get back and block that layup attempt by Shadell.
At the other end, Peterson, no good. Wright falls across the paint after he grabs the rebound and gets two. 16-point lead now for Frederick. Damian Daniels uncorks a three, no good. Steal, Zion, spin, no. Right with the rebound.
I'll tell you, the Cows have kind of gone a little bit cold here, and Virginia slowly kind of cutting in that lead. They could be more efficient, but, give Virginia credit. They're not going away.
Hutzler, blocked. Late whistle. Torrance back in for the Vipers. And more for Frederick. It's a goaltend called on Wilson. No foul. Timeout called on the floor. It's a full. Before we head to the break, we'd like to take a moment to thank the great sponsors who help make Flying Cows basketball possible. Saputo, Plumundon Hospitality, visit Frederick. Woodsboro Bank, Holistic Health Associates, 24/7 Dance Studio, Warren Psychotherapy, Fourth Dimension, the Frederick Office of Economic Development, Yellow Springs Dental, Thrivent, Warehouse Cinemas, Roy Rogers, Allied Milk, Rowan Digital, and Stolz.
Flying cows stay cool under pressure. At Stolz, we do too. We design and manufacture precision cooling solutions that keep data centers running. Everything from AI to data in the cloud, all around the world. Headquartered right here in Frederick, we have over 500 employees who make us proud to be called one of the best places to work. As a leader in the data center industry, we're growing fast, and we want you on our team. Join the Stolz team today to be a part of something bigger. Scan the QR code to apply.
Let's face it, highways are boring. Leave the traffic behind and go for a drive on Maryland's scenic byways in Frederick County. They'll take you where you want to go and make the journey just as memorable. Every turn invites you to slow down and discover something new. From captivating history to irresistible flavors to vibrant downtowns. Plan your trip today and take the road that tells a story.
So hot.
And we're back. 8:19 to go here in the contest. Frederick with that 14-point lead, but it's been as big as 25, Tim.
Right. We mentioned it. Virginia slowly pecking away at the lead here. Guys not going away. Cows have kind of aided the Vipers in their comeback attempt with a kind of a little bit too much one-on-one.
Daniels, kick out. Scott lets it fly, no good. Ball went out of bounds to Virginia Valley. The Vipers up to, I believe, 35 or 36% shooting now, which, if you haven't been watching the entire game, that means they've been shooting pretty well the last few minutes.
Yeah, that third quarter,
they were under 30% for the whole first half.
Yeah, offensively they played much better in that third quarter, but once again, for the majority of that third quarter, just couldn't get stops. They did manage to cut it.
Drive here by Blakeney over Scott, gets the roll. Quentin Scott will inbound it.
Yeah, Blakeney's come to life in this second half. He's got 19.
Zach Thomas over to Alani Moore. Under 7.5 minutes to go. Thomas trying to back down right. Leans in, jump hook, no good. Torrance. Kick out. No good. Blakeney left that short. Hutzler blocked maybe by Scott. Mike Brown lets a three go. It's good.
So we got a 9-point game now, Jeff. Single digits.
It ain't over till it's over,
right.
Tim.
Maybe the Vipers were inspired by the Knicks' comeback effort last night.
We're going to have an offensive foul called against Quentin Scott. Not what Frederick needed at this exact juncture. He's got Virginia Valley on a run. And kind of gave him a free possession. Mike Brown, can he take advantage? No, Quentin Scott gets the rebound. And is immediately fouled by Torrance. Amir Harris back into the game. He'll replace Alani Moore.
Both teams not fouling much.
And just three total fouls midway through the quarter.
Yeah.
Daniels, Thomas. They'll just play catch.
They got a mismatch with Quentin inside there. Didn't take advantage. Swing it over to Ronnie here.
5 to shoot. Damian Daniels lets it fly. No good. Zach Thomas, second chance. Hand off to Ron Scott. He's into the lane. Leaves it short. Got maybe a little deeper than he wanted to and couldn't quite elevate enough, fast enough.
Boy, I'll tell you, Virginia had numbers there, and that was a big turnover there. A chance to, cut into that lead, but Aaron passed by Hutzler there.
5:40 to play in this game. Quentin Scott steps underneath the flying defender, gets his own rebound, lays it in, goes to the floor, slaps the ground, wanted the call.
Cows get that lead back up to double digits.
In the other first round game, Jersey Shore 61, Baltimore 59 as they approach the end of the third. Approaching the rim, Ron Scott with the left hand. Euro step for the finish. 94-83, 21 points now for Blakeney. Quentin Scott. 10 on the shot clock. 5 now for Ron Scott, gets it to Zach Thomas. One last pass. Amir Harris, 4-3.
I'll tell you, nice pass by Zach Thomas. I got to look at Zach Thomas's assist total because he's done a pretty nice job moving the ball.
Caleb Torrance gets it to Hutzler. Fadeaway is good.
That looks like 4 assists for Zach on the night. Seems like he has more than that.
We've crossed the 4-minute mark. Frederick with the lead back to 12. Quentin Scott into the paint. He gets it to go and gets the whistle.
That was a nice job by Quentin on the catch and the rip through and doing what he does best.
We have a technical foul as well. I think it's
on Quentin Scott.
On Quentin Scott. So we're going to have Mike Brown shoot the technical.
Wonder why he got a technical. I mean, he had an and one there, right? They called the foul, didn't they?
They did. He's been unhappy about not getting a couple of calls, and you don't know if maybe, finally or something like that.
I guess.
Just maybe with some other abracadabra type words mixed in.
Mm-hmm. Can't lose your poise, though, right?
For sure. And luckily for him at this point, the lead is maybe back to double digits, and, you still don't want to see it. You gave Virginia Valley a technical free throw there. He puts Frederick at 100. It's 100-86. 21 points now for Quentin Scott. Ties R.J. Blakeney for game high. Peterson. There's a tip. It's good. Ronnie Scott will bring it up. He's guarded by Brown.
Zach with a mismatch.
Guarded by Caleb Torrance. They'll
one.
double him. Backs in, misses. Putback dunk is missed.
Man, Zach's had a couple mismatches and he's made good moves. Just haven't been able to get that ball over the rim on a couple attempts here.
Peterson got his own rebound. Brown checks his feet, leaves it short. Damian Daniels, shot out of a cannon. Misses it, was hoping for the foul call. He does not get it, but the ball should stay here with Frederick.
That's just another example of how far away Damian was when that ball hit the floor, and he comes streaking across and pick up that loose ball.
Well, timeout on the floor. Let's see if it's a 30 or a full. It's going to be a full. Why don't we take it with them? 2:51 to go, 100-88 your score.
Or should we start first?
Summon the power.
Let's face it, highways are boring. Leave the traffic behind and go for a drive on Maryland's scenic byways in Frederick County. They'll take you where you want to go and make the journey just as memorable. Every turn invites you to slow down and discover something new. From captivating history to irresistible flavors to vibrant downtowns. Plan your trip today and take the road that tells a story.
Flying cows stay cool under pressure. At Stoltz, we do too.
.251 left in the game. 100-88 is your score. Cows up 12. They've got the ball. Daniels out there with Wilson, Harris, Scott, and Scott. And it's Scott with the finish.
Quentin up to 25 now on the evening.
Peterson, who is a double-double, misses that three, and Blakeney gets the rebound. He'll head to the charity stripe. Quentin Scott with the foul. Just the second foul on both Scott and the Cows here in the fourth quarter. It's not the first quarter. Almost forgot where we were.
I'll tell you, Blakeney, he's had a solid second half. Up to 24 points.
Well, the winner of this one, should Frederick hold on, or whether Virginia Valley mounts a big comeback here in the last 2.5 minutes, does play Capital. I double-checked that since Jersey Shore currently leads Baltimore. Would it matter if the 6th seed won who plays who in the semis? It does not. It's a straight bracket. So this winner plays Capital and the other winner plays New York. Quentin Scott lets it fly.